You can control Serena battery-powered shades with a Pico remote, 4-group remote, or the Lutron app. In this video, we'll show you how to assign and program the Pico. Please note, if you plan to control your shades using the Lutron Smart Bridge and app, you should set up the bridge and app first, and then assign and program a Pico remote following the instructions in the app. You can assign as many shades as you would like to a Pico remote within a 30-foot radius. All of the shades programmed to that Pico will move at the same speed for an aligned look across adjacent shades. First, install your shades. Then, put a shade into programming mode by tapping the Shade button. On a honeycomb shade, the button is located in the middle of the headrail. On a roller shade that is regular roll, it is located on the left side of the shade on the underside of the shade tube, and the opposite side on a reverse roller shade. The Shade button will illuminate green when in programming mode. Next, hold the Close button on the Pico remote control for about 6 seconds until the Shade button blinks and turns off. The shade is now assigned to the control. Repeat these steps to add additional shades to this Pico or additional controls to an individual shade. Now you can set the lower and upper limits of the shade. These limits are stopping points for your shade that were pre-programmed based on the dimensions you ordered, but you may want to fine-tune them. Note, for honeycomb shades, please leave the shade down for 24 hours to allow the fabric to relax before adjusting the limits. To set the shade's lower limit, tap the Shade button on the shade you want to set the limit for, and it will illuminate solid green. Hold the Open and Raise buttons on the Pico for approximately 6 seconds until the Shade button blinks and remains lit. Use the control's raise and lower buttons to adjust the shade position to the lower limit you prefer. Hold the Close button for about 6 seconds until the Shade button blinks and turns off. To set the upper limit, follow the same steps except once you adjust the shade position to the upper limit that you prefer, hold the Open button for about 6 seconds until the Shade button blinks and turns off. Repeat for all other shades assigned to the Pico. You can also program a favorite setting for all shades assigned to the Pico. Use the Pico's raise and lower buttons to adjust the shade position to the level you prefer. Hold the Center Favorite button for approximately 6 seconds. Your favorite level is now set. You can also return your shade to factory default settings if necessary. Simply tap the Shade button 3 times, then hold until the Shade button flashes green. Then, tap 3 more times. The Shade button will flash red-green, indicating the shade has returned to its default setting.